Hello and welcome to day 5. Now at the end of each week what we're going to do is we're going to do a summary video that goes through that entire week's content. So let's have a look at what we learned this week. The first thing we introduced that you might not have heard about before was a 2-spade range probe after a 1 no trump opening. So 2 spades says to partner, are you minimum or are you maximum? Now minimum responder came back and said 2 no trumps. A maximum responder comes back and says 3 clubs. Now, if the responder was just looking to find out if you were minimum or maximum, what they'll do is they'll now bid some number of no trumps, or if you bid 2 no trumps, they might have passed. So that would be their way of just showing that they wanted to find out what your points were. If our responder actually had a hand that wanted to transfer to clubs and look for slam or look to play in 5 clubs, what they can now do is they can now bid a singleton. So any bid that's not no trumps by the responder after a range probe shows the hand that had a transfer to clubs and has a singleton in the suit that they bid. Now, we also had a look at what the 2 no trump transfer to diamonds convention does. So 2 no trumps, partner, I've got 6 or more diamonds. Now, if the opener also has a fit in diamonds, so they've got 3 or more diamonds, they simply bid 3 diamonds. If they don't have a fit, so they've only got 2 diamonds, what they do is they come back and say 3 clubs. And then the responder can either bid a singleton if they've got one, or they can bid 3 no trumps, depending on what their hand is. When we had a look at our 3-level conventions, we introduced puppet stamen with 3 clubs. Now, we use the puppet stamen convention if we have a game-forcing hand with only 1 4-card major, or if we've got a hand that might want to look to play in a 5-3 fit. So we start off with 3 clubs. Now, if the opener's got a 5-card major, they simply bid it. If they don't have a 5-card major, they come back and bid 3 diamonds. And now what the responder can do is they can bid the major suit that they don't have. So 3 hearts would say, partner, I've actually got 4 spades and a game-forcing hand. The really big benefit of this convention is that you don't have the opener describing their hand as much. What you have is the responder, which is going to be the dummy describing their hand. Now, we also had a look at a 3 diamond bid showing 5-5 in the minor suits and a game forcing hand. Now, after this bid, what the opener could do is they could come back and just say that they wanted to play in 3 no trumps, or alternatively what they could do is they could bid 4 of one of the minor suits that they wanted to play in. Now, if this happens, we assume that that minor suit is going to be trumps, so Roman keycard would apply if the responder came back and bid 4 no trumps. Otherwise, they either bid 2 their 5 of their minor, or they look for slam. Now, we also had a look at a 3 major suit bid showing a singleton in the suit that's been bid. So after 1 no trump, 3 hearts says, partner, I've got a singleton in hearts. Now you're promising 3 cards in the other major suit and 5-4 in the minors. When it comes back to the opener, they could play 3 no trumps if they've got a really good stopper in hearts, or else what they could do is they could choose to play in a 4-3 fit in the other major suit, or if they happen to have 5 cards in that major, they've now got a 5-3 fit, or alternatively, they can choose to play in one of the minor suits. Now, when we had a look at our 4-level bids, again, we introduced some quite nifty conventions. So the first one was after a 1 no trump bid, 4 clubs by the responder says, I've got 5 cards in hearts and 5 cards in spades. The beauty about this one, we don't ever wrong side a contract. So if you just transferred and then bid the second suit, you might find that you wrong side the contract. So then after that, the opener just bids a major suit. Now the other thing that we did, 4 diamonds, this one's a transfer to hearts, and 4 hearts is your way of transferring your partner to the spade suit. If you go through a transfer at the 4 level and then the responder bids 4 no trumps, this is always Roman keycard. If the responder actually transfers at the 2 level and then bids 4 no trump, that's their way of using the quantitative no trump convention. They've only got 5 cards in the suit. Now a bid of 4 spades, this was our interesting one where we've got a quantitative auction, but we're also promising our partner that we've got 5 clubs. So now when it comes back to the opener, they could choose between playing in 4 no trumps, but they could also choose to play 5 clubs or even 6 clubs. If they wanted to accept the quantitative bid but didn't have a fit in clubs, what they could do is also simply bid 6 no trumps. Now, when we bid 4 no trumps, what we're doing as the responder is the same sort of thing, but this time what we actually have is a 5-card diamond suit. So 1 no trump past 4 no trumps. Partner, I've got a quantitative hand, and I've got 5 cards in diamonds. Now again, what the opener can do is they could play in 6 diamonds or 5 diamonds, or they could bid 6 no trumps, or simply pass 4 no trumps. Now remember, if you've got a quantitative hand and you don't have a 5-card minor suit, what you do is you go through the 2-spade range probe option, because that's going to get you the information that you need anyway. Now the last thing that we really need to cement is how we deal with 5-4 in the major suits. Now as the responder, if you've got 5-4 and a weak or a game forcing hand, you start off with Stayman. With a weak hand, we're just aiming to play at the 2 level. With a game forcing hand, if partner bids a major suit, we've got a fit, we're happy. But if our partner comes back and they actually say 2 diamonds, this is where we use the Smolin convention and we actually jump bid to the 3 level and we bid the major suit that we only have 4 cards in, and we're implying that we've got 5 in the other major suit. So 3 spades, partner, I've got 4 spades, but I do have 5 hearts and a game forcing hand. This is so that we don't wrong side the contract. If you have an invitational hand with 5-4 in the major suits, what you actually need to do is transfer to your 5-card major, and then you actually bid your 4-card major. Now, you have to be really aware of these options because they are very deceptive. They do look very forcing. The responder's transferred and they've now bid a new suit. It looks very forcing, but you have to be aware that this one's only the invitational hand. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next week when we look at 2 no trump openings.